Hello, and thank you for joining me today. This is a lecture series. Please have a paper and pencil ready to take notes. This series is designed to introduce you to the Oklahoma academic standards. Your teacher or parent will give you assignments to go along with the standards, and they will ensure that you take some type of an assessment to show mastery of this skill. Let's get started. This particular video covers 8.3.W.4 for the Oklahoma Academic Standards. That's the 8th grade, Standard 3, Writing, Point 4. This is an argumentative writing focus. The language from the state reads for this standard, students will show relationships among the claim, reasons, and evidence, and include a conclusion that follows logically from the information presented. Please pause this video and write down the language of this standard. As I mentioned in the last video in discussing about the writing standards in the state of Oklahoma, there are 3 writing standards covered during the year as a teacher or a parent. You will cover narrative, informative, and argument. These videos cover argument because it is the grade level focus for the state standardized testing. As a parent or a teacher, please ensure you are teaching your student all the necessary building blocks for writing for this grade and further by teaching narrative, informative, and argument. In the previous video, we discussed 8.3.W.4, which is the introduction and some of the body of the paper. We are now going to focus on 8.3W.4 because this is going to talk about tying it all together and writing a conclusion. This is a screen from my previous video. This is how we discussed laying out the paper. If you did not take notes from the previous video, please stop and watch that video as they go together. You may want to refresh yourself or rewrite your notes if you do not have them with you. We are going to build on this organization in this video. If you have not made these notes, please pause the video and write these notes now. Right now, we are going to focus on the concluding paragraph. In a concluding paragraph, you restate your claim that you made in the introduction. You will give a summary of the 3 key points or summarizing your 3 topic sentences supporting your claim. And then you're going to make a good hooking concluding statement on why you are correct with your claim. If you like, you can pause your video and add the bottom box concluding paragraph to your notes that you have previously written. Let's look at how a 5-paragraph essay is laid out. I'm discussing a 5-paragraph essay as the minimum of what you should be writing in 8th grade. It would be better if you could work up to writing a larger essay with more evidence and more support for your claim. You will have your title paragraph for paragraph number 1, the introduction in paragraph 1 with the including of the thesis statement. Then you're going to have your body paragraphs. You may have 3 or more body paragraphs. Then you're going to have a conclusion. Each one of your body paragraphs is going to have a topic sentence. You're going to build your main points supporting that topic sentence, and you're going to counter the opposition. Remember that the standard here says that you're going to recognize a counterclaim, at least one counterclaim. You can think of counterclaims for all 3 paragraphs if you like, but you must do it for at least one of your paragraphs. Let's talk about peel it. First, you're going to make your point. Then you're going to have evidence, back it up, support your point with evidence and examples. Then you're going to explain. Explain how the evidence supports your point and refutes the opposite point. Then you're going to link. link this point to the next point in the following paragraph. So when we're constructing our body paragraphs, we want to follow the PEAL method: point, evidence, explanation, and link. This will give us a full-bodied paragraph. Please pause the video to write down this PEAL method. Now let's talk about the concluding paragraph. Your concluding paragraph is very important. You want to finish it up strong. So there's some things you can do in your concluding paragraph to tie it all together. First, you're going to reword your thesis or argumentative statement, your claim. You don't want to state it in the exact same vocabulary as in your introductory paragraph. You want to change it just a little bit. Use clincher sentences. Get people involved. Kind of hook them into what you're saying. Make sure that this paragraph does not contain any new information. New information is to go into the body of your essay. Try not to use a transition phrase in this paragraph. Sometimes you are taught to use transitional phrases in lower grades, but in this grade and above, it would be better if you let the strength of your statements stand on their own merit. You don't have to point somebody to the fact that this is a concluding paragraph. If you are doing your job and you've written your paper correctly, then they know that this is the concluding paragraph. You do not have to state it. Please pause the video and write down the information on this page for a concluding paragraph. Let's look back at the language of our standard for 8.3.W.4 of the Oklahoma Academic Standards. You're going to follow the following steps. Students will show relationships among the claim, reasons, and evidence, and include a conclusion that follows logically from the information presented. So this standard is all of these steps together with 8.3.W.3. Thank you for joining me today. Please practice these skills by writing essays from prompts with your teacher or your parent, and then take an assessment to ensure that you have mastery of this skill. Thanks for joining me today.